There was one more card I wanted to build a deck around, and that is Mark of the Lotus. Mark of the Lotus is Power of the Wild, except it costs 1 fewer mana when you use the Give Your Minions +1/+1. What deck do you want to give +1/+1 to? In the Violet Teacher deck. You'll notice that even though I haven't played it yet, I've already labeled it 1.1. Version 1.0, I thought about building it more Jade-ish, but then I was like, no, this isn't actually very good. And then I had the realization, why just build a token Druid deck? Why not fit in gul'dan Auctioneer and a Jade Idol? And then it's a mishmash of the Miracle Druid deck and the token Druid deck, and it has Arcane Giants, and I even managed to fit in the mulch for all those pesky 4-mana 7/7s out there. And I managed to put in 2 Doomsayer. That was the tough part. Had to cut a few good cards for that one. But I think this deck looks cool. It seems great. We're gonna give it a shot.
I must protect the wild.
I questioned myself a little bit about why Jade Blossom also. Why not run Mire Keeper instead, for example? Since there's no other idol synergy, or Jade synergy. However, I came to the conclusion that getting it out 1 turn early, the ramp, is perhaps worth it. Perhaps worthwhile enough. Perhaps. Being able to ramp from 3 into 5 is kind of big since you ramp into Nourish. But that's just a theory. Here we go! We actually got everything this time. Yeah, we do the dream when we get the dream.
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to learn.
Only this would be Power of the Wild. I'm actually gonna float a mana here, but oh well, I could have pulled it off a turn earlier. In theory. We did it!
Instruction begins.
I shall do as you say.
For the wilds.
It's like Druid trying to get both the Fandral and the Nourish. Not really Greed. It's the best to develop the board.
I'm in charge now.
Maybe there's hope for the deck yet.
I will fight with honor. I must protect the wild.
Yeah, at least we got a Paladin to beat up on. That'll make us feel better about ourselves.
Happy Feast of Wintervale, champion.
I had to think about whether or not to innervate out the Jade Blossom on turn 1. It doesn't fit that well into the Nourish, but I'll still Nourish on 4 probably.
Reporting for duty.
Looks like a control deck. Probably anything. I got the Auctioneer, so I'm going to Nourish for mana.
Reporting for duty.
Just get a bunch of mana and then we'll use it for something. Could also just play Fandral Staghelm. Does he have an answer to Fandral on 4? That could be a big sweep for me, Fandral into Nourish. Pretty gross. That's why Jade Blossom is good. Let me get to the Fandral. Womp womp, infested Tauren. No one likes you.
Nothing but ash.
That's a big deal. It's like I cast 2 Nourishes. So hopefully I can win from here. With Infested Tauren, it seems like it's in a N'Zoth deck. Has my matchmaking fallen that low? Feels bad. Oh my gosh. Angel survived again. How do we punish that?
I got the best deals anywhere.
N'Zoth Paladin. Yep.
Time waits for no one. Thank you.
Alright, let's toss that one in there.
Nothing but
Wow. Well, guess that's what happens when you're Paladin.
Do you like to play with fire?
Oh, look! You can clear the board with 2 cards! Wow! Good job.
reporting for duty.
You did it, Paladin. Just kidding. You didn't do anything. If I play both Arcane Giants and hopefully don't see another equality, I probably still win even if I do. Yeah, let's do it. Even if he has another equality in a clear, I'd probably still win. Because I can win with the secondary win condition of this deck, which is the Auctioneer plus the Jade Idol. Oh, poor Paladin, man. If only I had started off with this game, then everyone would think this deck is ridiculous. To be fair, I'm only 2 and 3, just showing you the best game. Yep.
Malfurion versus Valera.
Alright, grudge match against Miracle. First time around.
Must protect the wild.
It was kinda close. He had to get Auctioneer on 6 and Counterfeit Coin conceal it. I've got Jade Blossom into Nourish, into Auctioneer. Game plan looks pretty decent. I have to find some or ramp. I have to find some way to deal with the early game Pirate though. Miracle gaining that patches is kind of a big deal.
Job's done.
With double ramp, it's possible I don't have to Nourish for mana. Maybe I just play Violet Teacher on this turn. What are they gonna do to it? They typically cut the Shadow Strike from their deck. Eviscerate, usually, but he didn't have a 1-drop, and 1-drops are all pirates. I'm just gonna ramp earlier. Earlier I ramp, the more turns I'll have the mana for.
Who goes there?
I'm in charge now.
Do I want to Nourish for mana? Wouldn't that be something? Nourish for mana is really counting on a miracle happening. 9 mana next turn.
Time waits for no one.
Similar to the Miracle Rogue, you have to believe that your Auctioneer will deal you all the cards. The next turn I can still play Teacher and then just pass if I want to. Get 1 more card. That would be so funny if you didn't kill the Doomsayer in time. He missed 3 damage though. Okay, should we go for a miracle?
I got the best deals anywhere.
Alright, I have to summon a 2/2 Jade here. The shuffle is way too slow. And then I hope to draw spells. If I don't, I just play Violet Teacher. It's fine.
Time waits for no one.
3/2. I'll deal 3 to it. I was thinking about holding off on Wild Growth just because... holding off because if I drew Wild Growth, I'd be able to play it on 10 for a lot. This looks promising though. He did have to use Burn on the Doomsayer, which might mean Auctioneer stays alive. No backstab? Yeah. The dream.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn.
And also nice is he spent a Fan of Knives already. No Mark of the Lotus, too bad.
We hunger for vengeance.
Alright, I guess he had the Fan anyways. Oh man, Auctioneer another turn? Another turn? No more AoE for him. All I have to do is draw Mark of the Lotus.
I'm ready to learn.
Armor to protect against Ridiculous Burst. Wow.
I am ready to learn.
Instruction begins.
I am ready to learn.
Obviously this is not a normal game where your Auctioneer survives 3 turns.
I am ready to learn.
But pretty nice.
I got the best deals anywhere.
I do.
For Doomhammer, I must protect the wild.
I was tempted to keep both Wild Growths. I decided to play it a little more sanely. I could just play a deck like Miracle Rogue instead. It's the tried and true, but my style and why it might look like I keep playing really bad decks and losing is because I want to explore the unknown. Let other people refine those good decks. They'll still be around. But what if I come across the glory of discovering like a really cool and good deck? That's kind of my dream. It's one of those cases where I might have to nourish for mana just to stay ahead and then like rely on top decks. But I really have nothing here. Feels like a really bad idea to nourish for I think I'm also gonna be, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a 1/1 Jade Golem. Alright, we're nourishing for cards. I thought about Feral Rage as well, but that's a little too slow. Huh. No, no. Of course not. Thankfully, I had the insight to put in a kill a 7/7 in my deck. Try again? Or just fail rage it down? Or both.
The end is coming!
Not sure how I win this one.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. For the wild.
I felt like if I had used Innervate and Feral Rage that and Doomsayer, I'd spend too many resources and I'd also lose. It's like a lose-lose proposition.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
And yeah, womp womp on the hand. Still though, if this was part of the wild, it wouldn't really help much more. Okay, womp womp.
Play. I concede.
The science is starting to look grim, but we'll keep trying.
For Doomhammer. I must protect the wild.
Alright.
Flag rule! The end is coming!
I could tell that that was a painful hero power for him. Hesitation.
Flag rule!
Okay, that's a good draw. Draw 3. That would be so dumb. I could innervate out to prevent 2, possibly more damage to me. Possibly 4 if it's Feral Spirit. But I think I want to keep innervate in case I draw a Gadget in. I'm at a lot of health. That innervate could redraw a card. It could also create a 2/2 if I draw Violet Teacher. We're just looking for one of Violet Teacher or Gadazin Auctioneer, and we were gonna take off like a space rocket. Vroom vroom. Blast off. Where's my vroom vroom? Vroom!
I'm in charge now. Don't worry, loves. The
Feels
cavalry's
bad. Play against a deck that draws patches, still lose. It's over! Alright. That was a really bad draw on his part, so I think we'll retire this deck. In my defense, actually, it wasn't a bad draw on mine. It was kind of a bad. I don't even. Rip Druid, in other words.